endoplasmic reticulum itself is divided into two parts, the rough ER and the smooth ER. Now you can see the nucleus here, it's in purple. Connected by a nuclear pore is this pink network, and then you can see this lighter pink or coral network. On this darker pink, you can see these dots. Those dots are actually ribosomes. So ribosomes are on the rough ER. The part that is in lighter pink here, or the coral color, does not have these dots or the ribosomes on them, and that is called the smooth ER. The rough ER, this is what it looks like, are studded with ribosomes. Ribosomes are the little organelles that put those amino acids together to form the proteins. They're going to assemble the amino acids, and they're going to join those amino acids by peptide bonds. Now, what happens after that is when the protein is actually assembled, the protein, when it gets the amino acids assembled and all joined up in that primary structure, will release the protein into this center or the lumen, and it will travel all the way to the very, very end of the lumen until it gets to the end of the endoplasmic reticulum. That's why they call it the highway of the cell, because it's a means by which that protein can travel through the cell. You can't have just stuff traveling in the cell on its own, guys, to get where it's going. It has to have something to carry it or to travel through. So the lumen is the space, the lighted space in the middle of the endoplasmic reticulum, and when that protein is assembled, it drops down into that lumen and travels all the way to the end of the ER. Now, when it gets there in the ER, what happens, excuse me, is that it will blister off. Now, you know what a blister looks like if you've had a blister on your hand or your fingers. And part of that ER blisters. It makes a little pouch, and that pouch is called a vesicle. And what it does is it holds that protein so that that protein can now travel in that vesicle to the Golgi apparatus where it can be further modified. The smooth ER portion does not contain ribosomes. So the smooth ER is making lipids, and I said this before, but some of the lipids that it needs to make is, the phospholipids or the hormones that are lipids, testosterone and estrogen, or any other lipid in your body that you need. And it's also doing something very, very important as well, other than just making lipids. It's also involved in detoxification. Now, when I say detoxification, I'm saying that we're making things that are toxins, which are poisons, less toxic. There's a lot of things that we put into our body, guys, that are toxic, that are poison to us, and a lot of those are in over-the-counter medications. Believe it or not, if you looked at an aspirin bottle, at the side of it, it has unbelievable side effects. Well, part of the job of those smooth ER portions is to detoxify those. It also detoxifies alcohol. So if this particular cell were in your liver, then what your liver would be doing, and your liver has got tons and tons and tons of smooth ER. As a matter of fact, if you're looking at a cell underneath the microscope and you see that it has much more smooth ER than rough ER, you can pretty much figure you're looking at a cell from a liver, because the liver's job is to detoxify. And alcohol. I mean, if you drink alcohol, if you have a beer or you have wine or you have any type of alcohol, that's actually poison to our systems. So our smooth ER is involved in making those a lot less toxic so that it doesn't harm us.